Okay, welcome, dear students. In the last session, we have discussed about the data type conversions and various Python operators. And today we will discuss the expressions. In the expressions are just a complex combination of the constants, variables, and operators written according to some already predefined rules and the syntax. So at the every expression in the Python will evaluate a particular value. That value may be any data type, belongs to any data type, whether it is integers, float, or any other data types of a certain types. The examples are the a multiplied by b minus c, and these expressions evaluated first, then the value of these expression and particular result of those expression will be assigned to the and the left side variables. These expressions have evaluated based on the operator precedence, what I have discussed in the few slides back. So these is a simple examples where I have mentioned various expressions, like in the expression a multiplied by plus c. This is evaluate and assign the value to the x. A minus b multiplied by c, it evaluate to and assign to the variable left side variable y. And these are the results that printed on as output. Now we will discuss some important constructs of a Python programming. One is the decision making. We also called this is the branching, and the decision making is generally a prediction of a given condition. This condition while execution of the program and specify a action taken according to the condition. And these branching structures evaluate multiple expressions which produce the true and false as a outcome. So these are the branching statements that based on a particular given condition. That condition may be a true or false, and based on those conditions there are some number of uh, there are the couple of statements that will be executed. So there are three statements. One is the if, another is the if else, and another is a nested if. In the if statement consists of a simple boolean expressions followed by one or more the statements. And in the if statements can be followed by a optional else statements that which executes when the boolean expression is false. So in if else statements, the statements, the expression of a if is evaluate to the true, then the statements of if will be executed, and if it evaluate to the false, then the statements of else will be executed. And there are also a nested if else spells. We can also mention the if or else if statement inside another if and else if statements. This is the if statement. In the if statement contains a logical expressions using which is the a data comparison, and a decision will be made based on the result and the comparisons. So the condition will be tested here. In we see a diagram. There will be always a conditions. So the result of those condition will be either will be true or a false. If it's evaluate the true, then the conditional code will execute, otherwise will be the false. The example of this simple, a is the 10 and b is the 15. So if a is less than b, then print b is the big. So the value is this is the output, and the both the statement will be executed. B is big and the value is b is this. So both the statement print b is big and print the value is b are under the if statements. Another is the if else statement. And else statement contains a single code or a block of code that execute if the conditional expression in the if statement resolve either to the false value. So here we see that in the condition, if the condition is true, then the block of the if will be code, and if the condition is false, then the block of else will be executed. Here we see that the value of A is 48 and value of B is the 34. So if A is less than B, so print B is the big, and if print B is the value is B. If the condition evaluate to the false, then the else part will be executed, and the print A is big and A's value is A. And finally the end is the outside the if and else scope. So here the result will be A is a big and A's value is the 48. Then else if statement, the elif statement allow you to check multiple expressions for the true and execute a block of code as soon as one of the conditions evaluate to the true. These are the simple, if we want to write in the sequence that continuously if else. So the if for in if there are a number of statements, and then elif we can again mention a new condition, and then again the statements, and continue we again mention the elif, it will continue, and finally we can mention the else. So this is the simple examples where A is 20, B is 10 and C is 30, and there is a condition, and this condition is the A is greater than equal to B and the A is greater than or equal to C. A print statement, then again in elif we mention another condition, that is the B is greater than and equal to A and B is greater than or equal to C, that it execute a one statement and then the else. The result is as shown in the output. Then we will discuss the iteration statements. These are the while, for and nested loops. The statements are these executed in sequentially. If we want to execute some statements in repetitively and in a loop, then we generally use the iterative statements. So there may be a situation when we need to execute a block of code several number of times. So a loop statements and enable us to execute a statements or a group of statements multiple times. There are three loops we already seen, that while loop, for loop and nested loop. The while loop, this is the repeat the statements or group of statements while a given condition is true. It tests the condition before executing the loop body. So while loop, the format of while loop is it will start from a condition. In for loop, it execute a sequence of statements multiple times and abbreviate the code that manage based on the loop variable. So in a for loop, there will be a loop variable, and in while loop, the while loop start with a condition. And we can also use the nested loop, loop inside a loop, loop inside a loop, nested loop. While loop, the while loop is repeatedly executes a target statement as long as a given condition is true. As we have seen in this, it will always start with a condition, and we will check if the condition is true. It's condition true, then the number of the couple of statements will be executed, and again it will check the condition, and if again is the condition and true, then it couple of statements will be executed, and then again the condition will be checked. If condition evaluate the false, then loop will be break, and the remaining part of the program will be continued. This is the very simple examples where I equal to 1, and while I is less than or equal to 3, and print I, the output is as shown in the output. Another program is this, and output will be as on this. So the difference is that in the first snippet of code, the print I and print end both are in the scope of the while loop, while in the second snippets of code, the print I and I equal to I plus 1. So in the first program, there are three statements comes under the scope of the while loop, while in the second snippets, the only two statements are falls under the while loop. That's why it's continuously print 1 and 2 and 3 and, while in this the 1 2 3 and then finally the end. The another is the for loop. The for loop is useful to iterate over the elements of a sequence, and the for loop can be used to execute a group of statements continuously repeatedly depending upon the some number of elements in the sequence. So basically it will also use in the sequence. So this loop is the very important, and it more significance than the while loop. The for loop can be worked with a sequence like the strings, list, tuple, array, range. In these already well defined structures can be used in the for loop. The syntax of for loop is the for, like whatever variable we decide, and in sequence, and the number of statements we can mention in the scope. So this is the simple examples where for I in range, here range in some predefined structure. So for I in range from 1 to 4 and print I. So it will definitely print 1, 2 and 3. And both are the print I and print and in the scope of the for loop. Another example is the print I in the scope of the for loop, and the print and is out of scope of the for loop. So here we can use the sequence already defined. The range here is the sequence. Then a nested loop, it is possible to write one loop inside another loop. For example, we can write a for loop inside a while loop, or a for loop inside another loop. So in the nested loop, we have see in the for I in the range from 1 to 6, and another a nested loop, that is the j in range from I 1 to I plus 1. So print j. So this is the very simple pattern where each time the for loop in the inside the j, it will be first time will be run for the one times, then in the second time it value increase with 2, then it will be run 2 times, then its third time its value will be increased to 3, then it will be print 3 times, and so on. So this is the example of a nested loop. This is the another pattern you have see. This is the simple matrix, and this is the somehow a like a waterfall or the step by step matrix. So finally, we have the conclusion. There are three more statements. These are the break, continue, and the pass. The break statement provides you with the opportunity to exit out of a loop when an external condition is triggered. So in this example, we have seen if, for example, we here get out of the loop. If the if condition is satisfied, then we will get out will be from the loop. So the loop will be breaked here. For if we will start from the range 2 to, and for example if n is the 7, so it will start from 2 to 7. If it so if condition is satisfied, then if it evaluate to the true, then the loop will be breaked. And this is the simple program to check whether a number is prime or not. Another is the continue. The continue statements enables us and gives an option to skip over the part of a loop where an external condition is triggered, but to go on the complete the rest of loop. So the this is the simple. This is the another continue statement. We can simply for a number in a range from 1 to 7, if the number is 4, then we will continue. That means if the number is continue, then if number equal to 4, then we will not print the 4 and the remaining will be printed. So the continue will be skip skip the remaining part of the for loop, and the loop will be continue from the next station. So here we clearly seen that if number is equal to 4, then the print number str number will be not printed, and the remaining 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6 here the printed. So the difference between the continue and the break is the break when the condition is satisfied, the break get out of the loop, while the continue will be skip that particular iteration and continue from the loop. And finally the past, when an external condition triggered, the pass statement allow you to handle the condition without the loop being impacted in any way. So this is the another example. Here we, if for number in a range from 1 to 7. If the number is equal to 4, then pass, and the print number is the str number. So this is our complete. Thank you.